All right, today we're cracking open one of the most influential books on personal development ever written, Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, this isn't just a list of to-dos. Nope. This is a powerful framework, an inside-out approach that can genuinely change the way you see yourself, your work, and your relationships. So, let me just start by asking you this. Think about your last week. Were you busy or were you effective? Because let's be honest, it is so easy to get caught up in the motion, right? To fill our days with tasks and meetings, basically just running on a hamster wheel, but not actually moving toward what really matters. And we're going to talk about how to get off that wheel. And let's get one thing straight right from the start. We are going way beyond simple life hacks here. This isn't about the latest productivity app or some trendy morning routine. This is about something much, much deeper. You see, Covey's whole idea is that real, lasting success is an inside-out job. A lot of other stuff is just, well, it's like slapping a new coat of paint on a crumbling wall. It looks good for a minute, but it doesn't fix the problem. This is about building a solid foundation first, starting with your character, your integrity, your fundamental principles. So, the journey we're about to take unfolds in 3 main stages. First up is the private victory. This is all about mastering yourself. Once you've got that down, we move to the public victory, which is about mastering how you work with other people. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with renewal, the secret sauce that keeps everything else going. Okay, so let's jump right into stage 1, the private victory. This is where it all has to start. I mean, think about it. You can't really lead a team or build a strong partnership if you haven't figured out how to lead yourself first. This first stage is built on 3 absolutely foundational habits. These are the bedrock of personal effectiveness. Let's kick it off with number 1. Habit 1 is simple, but it's huge. Be proactive. This is basically the difference between being the driver of your own life versus just being a passenger. See, reactive people get tossed around by their circumstances, but proactive people, they take responsibility. They grab the steering wheel and they focus their energy on what they can actually change, what Covey calls their circle of influence. So, you're in the driver's seat, but where are you going? That's where habit 2 comes in. Begin with the end in mind. You know that old saying, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there? Well, this habit is about making sure you end up where you want to be. It's about defining your personal mission, your values, your North Star, so that every single choice you make is actually taking you in the right direction. And that leads us perfectly into habit 3, put first things first. This is where the rubber meets the road. Every single day, we're bombarded with urgent things, the phone buzzing, the notifications, the small fires. But the truly effective people, they learn to prioritize the important stuff, the things that might not be yelling for attention, but that contribute to their long-term vision. Things like planning, learning, and building key relationships. Okay, so once you've scored that private victory, once you have a really solid handle on yourself, you're ready to level up. Welcome to the public victory. This is where we shift from me to we, from being independent to being truly interdependent. And just like the first stage, this public victory is built on 3 habits. These are all about working with others to create results that you could never, ever achieve on your own. The first habit of teamwork is habit 4, think win-win. Now, this isn't just about being nice or compromising. It's a total mindset shift. It's about seeing life not as a competition where if I win, you have to lose. Instead, it's the belief that there's plenty of success to go around and that we can actually create a third, better option that works for everyone. So how do you find that win-win solution? Well, it pretty much all starts with habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Most of us don't really listen. We're just waiting for our turn to talk. This habit challenges us to put our own agenda aside and just listen, with real empathy, to truly see the world from the other person's point of view. That's how you build trust. That's how you find real solutions. And when you've got that win-win mindset and you're truly listening to understand, you unlock something amazing. Habit 6, synergize. It's this beautiful idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's where 1 + 1 = 3, or 10, or even 100. It's about valuing people's differences to create something brand new that no one could have come up with on their own. All right, so we've mastered ourselves. We've mastered our relationships. But how do we keep all of this going for the long haul without totally burning out? Well, that brings us to the final and maybe the most crucial habit of them all. And that is habit 7, sharpen the saw. You know the story of the woodcutter who's sawing away, getting more and more frustrated because his saw is so dull? Someone asks, "Why don't you stop and sharpen it?" And he says, "I can't, I'm too busy sawing." Well, this habit is about taking the time to sharpen your saw, because you are your most important asset. This is the habit that makes all the other habits even possible. And we're not just talking about getting more sleep here. Covey breaks renewal down into 4 key areas that all work together. You've got the physical, your body; the mental, your mind; the emotional, your relationships; and the spiritual, your connection to your core values. Investing in all 4 is the secret to sustainable growth. Whew, we have covered a lot of ground, right? From mastering ourselves to working with others, and finally to keeping ourselves sharp. So how do we boil all of this wisdom down into one core actionable idea? Well, it really comes down to this one incredible quote from Covey himself. This is the essence of the whole philosophy. It's about using habit 2 to figure out what your main thing truly is, and then using the discipline from habit 3 to make sure you're always keeping it the priority. It's the ultimate guide to focus. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. When you look at your to-do list, your goals, all the noise, what is your main thing this week? Just figuring that out and then actually doing something about it, that's your first step toward becoming a truly effective person.